Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I decided to show you guys how I do my makeup for my pregnancy shoots. Every week I've been doing a little photo shoot to kind of get the progress of my belly, and I just like to glam myself up for this. It just makes me feel good, and I just love how the photos look as well. So I just thought I'd go ahead and film my getting ready process for you guys. So I just start off by misting my face with my favorite Pixie glow mist, and then I just fan myself dry. You can wait for your mist to dry, but I just like to fan it. It just goes so much quicker for me. And I'm just buffing in my Laura Mercier foundation with my It Cosmetics brush. I was actually out of makeup sponges, so I decided to go ahead and use this makeup brush. I typically never really use makeup brushes just because they leave streaks on my face, but I honestly didn't even have a sponge, so I had to make it work, and it ended up looking really nice at the end. For my not for my concealer, I'm actually using concealer, believe it or not, to contour my face, and this is from Urban Decay. It's basically the second to the last darkest shade. I just love how my contour turns out every time I use this, and I'm just buffing it out and blending it in with a slanted Makeup Forever brush. I've been using a different technique lately. I know that I typically show you guys using a brush to blend out my contour. I haven't done a makeup tutorial in so long. I'm out of sponges, so I couldn't show you guys my new technique on how I contour. When I use a beauty blender, it just looks so much more airbrushed, but I didn't have one handy, so bummer, but my makeup still ended up looking really great. And for my nose, I typically use a small short brush where the bristles are a little more tighter. It just gives me a nice little blend, and it looks a little more neater. And then I ended up finding a little egg beauty blender, and it was actually dirty. I think my niece was playing with it, but I just flipped it over and started using the other side, and it really helped blend out my nose contour. So yeah, I'll let you guys see me contour my face, and I'll be back. You guys, this little egg literally came to the rescue. You guys don't know how much more blended my face looked after I used this little guy. It did take forever, don't get me wrong, just because it's so small. It's typically used for under your eye. That's why it is so small, but I just used it all over and it worked wonders. I went ahead and set under my eyes with MAC NC25. It is a little more on the thicker side, but I really wanted a full coverage just because I honestly was really tired that day, and I don't know why, but in person I just felt like I needed it. And I'm looking at the video, and I honestly didn't need such a heavy coverage, but I really liked how the overall look turned out. You don't typically have to use something so heavy under your eyes. You can definitely go with a lighter powder, but I just wanted to use this one. And I also go ahead and go down the bridge of my nose just to give it a little bit of highlight, and I also go under my eyes and rub the product in so it doesn't look too heavy. And then I go in my contour zones with this Lorac Tantalizer. I love this stuff. I've been using it for so long, and it just gives me a nice little, bronzy glow. And it's actually supposed to be matte, but I don't know, it looks really dewy on me and I like it. So yeah. So because my under eyes weren't popping as much, I went ahead and set my face a little more with a brighter translucent powder. It is lighter. as in the consistency of it. It's not so thick. I love using the RCMA powder, and I'm just applying it using the same little mini beauty blender. It worked amazing. And then for my eyeshadows, I'm going to prime my eyes with the MAC NC25, and then I'm going to be using my Makeup Forever palette. This is all bright colors, and this palette has been with me for so long, and I still, every time I want to do like a nice bright eye, I always go back to it. And I'm transitioning with the yellow and orange shade, and then I'm deepening up the crease with a red tone, and I'm using a pointed blender brush to do my crease because I do want it to be a little more concentrated and not so fanned out. And I'm just concentrating that on the inner and outer corner. It's kind of going to be like a halo eye, but not really. You guys will see what I'm talking about. On the center, I'm going to go ahead and pop this rustic reddish orange shade, and you guys will kind of see everything will kind of mesh together. And then I wanted the center of my eye to pop a little more, so I go in with a lighter tone and just pop that red in the center to give it a little bit more contrast and dimension. Moving on to my brows, I always like to comb my brows before I actually fill them in, and I love using the Anastasia Brow Wiz to fill in my brows. I don't show you how I do my brows, but I do have a tutorial, and I will link that somewhere in this video or down in the description bar. And then for my waterline, I just tightline my waterline with the Pixie Plum eyeliner, and then I go in with the liquid eyeliner from Pixie. This is like the pen. They actually gifted me this in their little goodie bags that they sent me, and honestly, I wasn't a fan of how the color was. It wasn't dark enough for me, so I just went in with this one right here. This is from actually, let me get the name of it. Okay, it's from the Balm Cosmetics, and I fell in love with this eyeliner the moment I got it just because of the packaging. I loved it, and then once I applied it on my eye, I felt even more in love with it because of the felt tip. It was nice and soft, and also the color is so black. It's amazing. Like, you can tell the difference from the two eyes. And I just love how my winged eyeliner looks every time I use this. It's also so easy to apply. It just makes the whole application process so much more easier and convenient. I just popped a magenta shade in my crease with my crease brush, and then I'm going in with the red and magenta shade to smoke out the bottom. I'm just using a small fluffy Sigma brush. It's not like a huge fluffy brush because I don't want it to, you know, be super smoky down there, just enough to kind of give more attention to the eyes and make it a little bit more sultry. And then I just defined the eyes a little more by adding a magenta shade right up against my lower lash line. Lashes always do the trick for me. It always makes my makeup look 100 times better, and it doesn't even matter what I'm doing or how my makeup looks. If I apply lashes on, it just looks so much better. So the ones I have on are from Kittens and Roosters. I don't know which exact ones they are, but it just didn't list it in the packaging. So for mascara, I'm just using the Pixie mascara. This came in the little box that they sent to me, and I love actually using this mascara on my bottom lashes. It went on like a dream. And then I'm just blending and buffing everything out on my skin so it just looks a little more seamless. And then I'm applying some shimmer blush. It's more of a tan shade, and it does have some shimmer. It just is, so it could add a little bit of highlight, but it's not the actual highlight. You guys already know I love my highlight, and today I think I'm going to be going in with this, yes, Pixie highlight. I know I'm using a lot of Pixie products, but they just have been sending me so many stuff that I'm just been wanting to try it. So I am actually in love with this Pixie highlighter. It just looks really nice, and when I apply it with a brush, it's not as, you know, pop in your face, but when I use my finger, it does make the world of a difference. Usually I love going and using my Cover FX glow drops, but I just feel like it's a little too messy for me, and this is just a lot more cleaner. And as you guys can see, I'm using my fingers to apply it, and it's just so much more like wet looking, and that is what I like. I know that this looks like a lot, but trust me, if you want it to show up on camera, you just gotta go the extra mile. I also go ahead and apply this highlight under my brow bone, and then I just go ahead and use that same little It Cosmetics brush, the duo ended one, and I'm using the small side just to blend my highlighter and make it kind of blend into my skin, because every time, you know, you use powder, you kind of have that line of demarcation, which kind of gives it away that you put way too much highlight on. So you want to go ahead and blend that out. You can do it with a beauty blender, or you can do it with a makeup brush like I did. For my lips, I just went ahead and lined it up, topping it off with a very nude colored lip gloss. This one's from Buxom. It's like the plumping one, so it kind of tingles, and I apply 2 layers of it, and I just blend it out with my finger because I don't want it to be so intense. I want it to be a little bit more on the softer side, and ta-da! That is basically it. I do set my face again with the Pixie Glow Mist. It's specifically the Vitamin Wake Up Mist, and it just feels amazing on my skin. I also add a little bit of highlight on my Cupid's bow. For any type of like maternity or makeup or photo shoot stuff, I always love to glam it up with a ton of highlight because it just makes your skin look amazing in photos. And that is basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this little tutorial. I haven't posted a makeup video in a while, so I hope you guys enjoy this. Don't forget to thumbs up, show me some love, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!